What's also free is maternity leave. 1 year. I wish I had one. Hi guys, hello, how are you guys? How have you been? Welcome to my channel. My name is Kila Alo and this is my amazing dope YouTube channel. If you're new here, thank you for clicking. Please subscribe down below here, and if you've been watching my video, thank you for coming back. Please also subscribe if you have not subscribed. As I said, my name is Kila Alo and this is my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I am from Kenya. My original country is Kenya, but I'm currently based in Canada, a beautiful place that people who are looking to come here should know some stuff about Canada, and that is why I'm here. The things I've learned during my year here. Since I came here, I've had new subscriber or new people who have been watching my videos, and most of them don't even know how Africa looks like, and mostly in Kenya where I've stayed, they have just seen a picture from news, and most of the pictures you see on news are like from Africa, just the bad parts. Like they haven't seen the other part of Kenya, or they don't know anything about Africa in general. So I'm here for that. So these are the things you should know before moving here, or just things you should know about Canada, the difference between Canada and our African countries, especially Kenya. Yes, the first thing that I realized when I came here is the language. English here is different. In Kenya, we speak English too, or African people also speak English. Most of the people are surprised that I know English. I'm like, yeah, it's English and Swahili in Kenya, and also most of East Africa is actually English and Swahili, and Uganda is Luganda. So there are things that people in Africa who have not come to this side of the world, like the Western countries, can learn from this video, and also people who are from these countries and have never gone to Africa can also learn from this video, because as I've said, the picture they know of Africa is just not necessarily the bad part, but not so good anyway. So as I said, the English is different. Like in Kenya, most of the African countries were colonized by the British. So most of the English we know is like from the British, not necessarily the accent, but their English is what we use. And I've noticed in Canada and America, their English is totally different. Even the English between Canadians and Australians are different, or Australian and Americans are different. Like for example, there's trousers, here they call it pants. French fries, in Kenya we call it chips. And what they call chips here in Kenya or most of African countries, they call it crisps.
I'm Australian, but I've lived in both the US and the UK, so I thought it would be fun to compare what we call certain things. I'll start with food. Pepper, bell pepper, capsicum. Scone, biscuit or scone. Crisps, chips, chips. Chips, fries, chips or hot chips. Fizzy drink, soda or pop depending where you're from, or soft drink. Mincemeat, ground beef or beef mince. Candy floss, cotton candy, fairy floss. Good old coriander, cilantro, coriander.
Hi, what can I get you to drink? I know this is a cafe, but do you have pop? Sorry, I'm not sure what pop is. Is that a drug or something? Excuse him, he's from the Midwest. He means Coke, like the beverage, not the drug. Oh, we don't have Coke, we only have Pepsi. Is that okay? Sorry, he's from the South, so he calls all pop Coke. So Pepsi and Coke are both Coke. Well, I'm from here, and we call Coke and Pepsi soda. So what soda would you guys like?
So the English is a little bit different, and some people may think you don't know English because you're calling fries chips. but most of the people need to understand that, you know, it's just English. It's just from a different part of English. I've been told that the way I pronounce things, like I might be saying pop and it's pop. The other day in the park, I was complimenting another girl who was playing with the sky. She had this nice bag. And I was like, you have a nice bag. She said, thank you. And everybody was laughing. I'm like, what? The bag is nice. And I'm like, why are you laughing? It's a nice bag. And they say, you say bag. You say bag? Bag? You say bag. I had but. I'm like, but? Bag? We said bag. It's a bag. I don't know why they thought I said but. So English differ depending on which country you're from. Like if you're buying something from the restaurant and you want to take it home, in Kenya we say take away. We are buying take away. We are taking it away. But here you say to go. At first I was like to go where? But then again it started making sense. And another lady who is Australian, she was telling me when she first came here, people used to like circle her, like wanting to hear her accent because she also have like a different accent. So she will get so scared at some point and also frustrated because they didn't have bad intention. They were just fascinated by her English. So every part of the world, the English is different, and also accents and also pronunciations. Yeah, so it's good to accept each other and understand. Yeah, basically understand that, you know, it's still English. Now we move to the next. Housing. The houses here are totally different from the houses back in Africa, mostly in Kenya. I've stayed mostly in Kenya. I'm basically speaking from Kenya, but also I've traveled, seen houses in other part of Africa. They're a bit different. Housings here are wooden houses. The floors are wooden. Also, there are brick houses. I've seen a few, but rare. And in Kenya, we have different types. We don't have wooden houses. Maybe right now they are coming up, but before we didn't have wooden houses. They are stone houses, bricks, stone. There are also iron sheet houses, but also a few, but there are also those kind of houses in Kenya. And in the villages in Kenya, there are also some mud houses made of mud, cow dung, with a roof of grass. And also houses here mostly are insulated. So yeah, heaters in the house, basically because of the weather. When it's winter, it's so cold, so there are heaters in the house. But in Kenya, you have to buy your own AC. Basically, if you want heat, you have to buy the portable ones. Even here, they still sell it. Doesn't mean that if the house is not warm enough, you can also buy portable. But in Kenya, a lot of houses, when they are being built, they don't say like, we need heat, we need to, because also African country, most of them are warm countries. And also when it comes to housing, the houses here are very expensive. Housing in Canada is expensive. Like you find a house that is $2,000 in like a 2-bedroom. In Kenya, $2,000, you can have your own compound, a beautiful house. Bedrooms are all en suite. You can even have a servant's quarter or a detached house. You can live very comfortable. The next thing is education. Education here is pretty free. Schools here, you don't pay school fees unless it's university or higher education or colleges, but the others you don't pay school fees. The elementary, unless they are also private, which are less. Like I've had countable private schools here. I don't know, I'm still learning. I'm just here for 1 year, so I don't know all the details. But schools here are free, and they teach children a lot of things. My Bianca goes to school here, so I know. Like the way they teach is a little bit different, and they teach about sex education. They teach about LGBTQ. So she knows all about that, and I'm glad, like, because in Kenya we don't do that. It's a non-issue according to our president. And most African countries, these are issues that are like a taboo. You don't speak about, you don't do it. It's still not acceptable in our countries, but here it is acceptable. Even in the washrooms, we went to this PNA, please watch my P&E videos, the washrooms, they accepted other people of other sexual orientation. I'm glad about that. Here they don't teach CRE. CRE is Christian Religious Education. Most African countries are so religious, like we are very religious. We love God, and religious education is taught in school from baby class to higher education. Though the higher you go, now you choose if you still want to learn about Christian education or not, and also Islamic, depending on your religious belief. So here they don't teach, which is okay, because when you think about it, there are dozens type of religious people, so you cannot specify on just teaching the Protestants or the Catholics. The Catholics differ from the Jews. There's Jews here. We don't have that in Africa. They're Hebrews. They are Hindus. We have Hindus in Kenya, but there are a lot of religious people, so, and different religious people, so you can't teach all that. Most of the people here are also not religious. Not all. There are churches here, but most people are like, I don't know if they're atheists or just they believe in other things. I don't know. But also in Kenya or Africa, there are people who are atheists, but also atheists in Africa have a hard time because they're always bashed because of what they choose to believe. But here it's free. You can just say I'm atheist and do you, boo? No one cares. You can also say you're a Christian and no one really cares. It's not that deep. You get me? And also in schools, you find that babies, like in Kenya, the way there's baby school, where you can go leave your child. Here there are things like Strong Start. They are called Strong Start for a strong foundation for your child, 5 years and below. There are also Babies and Baileys. There's a group for Baby and Baileys, where moms who just gave birth or are pregnant meet, and they discuss, they just talk, share ideas, what they are going through, and it's free. And for me, I feel like that's something, because in Kenya, unless you're with your friends, and sometimes they're not pregnant, they can't know what you're really going through. And also pregnancy are different. The first baby could be an easy one, the second one could be an easy one, the third one, so there's this group where mothers who are pregnant and also who have just given birth, their kids are like under a year, they go, they meet, and this is actually how you meet friends here. One thing I was told when I was coming here, and also when I was watching other YouTubers who are from here, they say meeting friends in Canada, mostly Vancouver, is hard. So for me, most of my friends that I've met are from the Strong Start, and also the play schools for kids, for the community schools. So I feel like it's pretty dope, because I was wowed when I went to the school, because there are things the kids can play with but also learn. No dangerous things, but just if you want to be a scientist, there's a corner. If you want to be a chef, if you want to be a builder, if you are into those kind of things, there are so many things. I even did a video about that. So if you're interested, I'll just put the link somewhere. I feel like that is pretty, that's one of the things that I love about this place, is the way they have taken care of the children. Also playgrounds. There are a lot of playgrounds here where you can take your kids to go play, mingle, you can meet other parents, just talk, discuss how your kids are driving you crazy most of the time. So it's a fun place to go. As a parent, you feel like you have that community. In Kenya, the playgrounds are not a lot, and also most of Kenyans, your kids play with neighbor. You go outside and play depending on where you are, but mostly you just go outside. It's not like here you have to go with your child. Here, if your child is 4 years, you can't let them go play outside. In Kenya, even 3 hours, you tell your child go outside. 3 years, 4 years, go play outside. But here you have to go with your child. I love that they have parks here in Kenya, like things like Strong Start or a version of that in Kenya, you have to pay to go there, and not everyone can afford it. I'm just glad that here it's like that. I love the way they have taken so much care about the kids. Yeah. So schools are free, but what's also free is hospital or medical. If you are a Canadian, you receive free medical. Imagine how cool is that? Like anything, any disease, it is free of charge. And if you're not yet, you pay a lot of money. If you want to know the rate for the non-residents, please screenshot this. Thank you. So it's either it's free or it's very expensive. In Africa, in Kenya, it is it's basically not free. And the ones that are free, they are very conditions there are very horrible. That Kenyans hospital, unless you pay a very high price, the other part that's supposed to be free, it's the conditions are not so good. So if you're going to Kenya, or if you're in Kenya and you're planning to use medical, just know you should have, it's either you have a lot of money, or if you don't have, you get the really not so good medical, mostly in public hospital. If you go to private hospital, some are a bit not so expensive or a bit affordable. Those ones are better. But if you go to a public hospital in Kenya, you won't like it. But private hospital, which are a bit pricier, some are not so pricey, but some are. So depending on where you go or what illness you have, it always depend on how sick you are. I prefer private hospitals because they take good care of you, but it comes at a high cost, or sometimes just quite affordable costs depending on the illness again. And also something that I found that it's so cool here in Canada, maternity leave. You get 1 year maternity leave, 1 year. Even the paternity, the men gets even a year paternity leave. I was told by a friend, I was like, 1 year? 1 year? By the time you're going back to work, you've forgotten what you do. But how cool is that? You get to grow with your baby, spend a lot of time. In Kenya it's 3 months, and most of the time when a mom is going back to work, she's just feeling so sad leaving your little baby at home. Yeah, I'm not a happy mom. Here I feel like they should add more, but then again, but here they are paid leave, and I feel like that is the coolest. Even the fathers, the paternity leave, you get to stay with your kids. In Kenya, paternity leave is for the men to have fun, most of them. Oh, I'm going to be killed. Go celebrate their kids in the club, come back home drunk. So some things are good in Kenya and some things are good here. Like, I don't think there's a better country. I can say that this one is better than the other. So there are things that are in Kenya that I love, that are like, if you compare it to here, I don't. But also there are things that are here that I love, that if you compare it to my country. So another thing is thrift stores. Clothes here are a bit pricey, but also nice, very nice clothes, but a little bit pricey. But like here you find that there are a lot of stores that sell clothes, but in Kenya you find that most of the people selling clothes are selling second-hand clothes. Like comparing the people selling second-hand clothes and people who are selling new clothes, this one, the second-hand, because they're also cheap, stylish, you'll find no one with it, and I like that. And here thrift stores sell second-hand things, also consignment store. And when you compare consignment stores and thrift stores are very, very affordable, but consignment store, they sell like things like designers, and sometimes even not designers, but they are pretty much expensive compared to thrift store. And also compared to like new stores, like maybe Zara, you can go to a consignment store, you find a pair of nice pants at $100, and not comparing that to Zara, but something similar, not exactly the same like that, you find it at $60 or $50 in Zara. Buying clothes, shoes here are a bit expensive to compare to Kenya. And Kenya, our thrift store is like an open air market. Like everything is sold there, including groceries, including electricals. I don't know if there's open air market here. I've not seen. I'm still discovering this country, so I haven't seen yet. Though there was a time we were in town and we were walking. We came from a restaurant and someone was hawking a coat, and I felt like, there are hawkers here. That is pretty cool. Hawkers are cheap. You can go from, I don't know if there's bargaining. I haven't bargained here. Now that's another thing. I love bargaining. It's one of the things I love doing when I was back in Kenya buying things in thrift store. You bargain from $20 pants to $8 pants, and that's a really nice pants. And that's how we do it. I don't know if there are people where there's a place where you can bargain here. I would like to go so that I can see if I still got it, if I can still bargain and get the same thing at almost half price. So yeah, just bargaining is fun. Another thing that fascinated me with this place are the pets. People have cool pets. Like 3 out of 5 people have a pet. Most of the puppies and the doggies I haven't met a lot of cats because no one is walking their cats outside, but the doggies are very cute. And I've seen more veterinary hospital more than I've seen normal hospitals. The hospitals here are free. I haven't seen a lot of it. It's good. Might be there are not so many sick people, but I've seen many veterinary hospitals, which is pretty cool. In Kenya, not a lot of people have pets. It's not like there are veterinary hospital, but in some areas, part of Nairobi is where you find people with pets, mostly dogs. They are there, but not so many. Some people find that it's expensive to own a pet. I just love walking around and just meeting cute pets. It makes me so happy. Another thing is homelessness. I bet most of the people in Africa don't even know that there are homeless people in this part of the world, like Canada, America, British or UK or London or any. Most of the people in Africa think that everyone lives in a fancy place or something, but there are also a lot of homeless people here. Kenya, there are a lot of homeless people, and also here, though here I've heard they are paid, but they are addicted to some substance which make them not want to go home or not want to get their life together. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I was told they are paid, they're homeless, and also they're homeless places where they go get shelter, and they are fed. It's free, everything is free, but when you walk on the streets, you just see homeless people, mostly in the city center, like some part of the city. You find that street has a lot of homeless people. When you go on the street, they are sleeping during the day. Yeah, think hangover or something. It's just like any other city, in short. So if you're in Africa and you think no homeless people here, they are. Another big difference between here and Africa is house helps. Like you can hire someone for like a few hours and you pay the minimum wage, but there are less people who have like stay at home house help, or people who like you stay with as house help here. Yeah, mostly the super rich people have those, but mostly here you can hire someone to clean, as much as there's not a lot to do, because you have a vacuum, you have a washing machine and dryers. Yes, in Africa or Kenya, we have houses. Like getting a house is so easy. They do everything for you. You can just do your work in peace while they clean your house, take care of your kids, or you can even have 2. They're pretty cheap also, like compared to here. If you go there, you can afford one if you need someone to help you, and most of the time they do a lot of work in terms of washing clothes. Most of the people don't have like a washing machine in Kenya, so they rely on houses to do the works. So yeah, they are not expensive. They are easy to find, but also not easy to find a good one, so it depends. Yes, so here you rely on yourself to do the housework. Yeah, getting cleaners as well is not easy. You can advertise and wait for weeks, maybe advertise on Craigslist, but also you really don't need them. But sometimes when a child overwhelms you is when you're like for me, when my son overwhelms you, I'm like, oh, I wish I had one. But most of the time you just don't need them here, because the work here is not as much as work back in Kenya. Another thing is beaches. I was surprised when I came here and saw rocky beaches. I've never seen rocky beach in Kenya. Maybe they are there, but I've never seen. Mostly I've seen sandy beaches, but here there's rocky beaches. They're also pretty cool. They're just beaches. I'm just summarizing. Another thing that I noticed, and I didn't know that, for me I didn't know, there are a lot of cultural, like people from different cultural places or different part of the world in this country. At first when I came here, I just thought I'll just hear people speaking English only, but no, there are people from different culture, from India, from Philippines, from China. So they are, most of the time during the summer is when you meet them. You find groups of people from different cultures, even Africans. So though Africans, you know, we speak a lot of different languages, so we basically speak English unless it's Kenyan meeting. So if it's Kenyan, we speak Swahili and Sheng and English, but if it's African, we basically just speak English, because African have different language everywhere. Even in Kenya we have like 42 languages, so you can't know it all, so we just pick the common ones that, you know, at least most of the people knows. But I was so surprised to see like different cultures. It made me feel so nice, and I was like, at least I know another language. Some people here just know one language, English. Me, I know like 3 or 4. So I felt like if I'm speaking Swahili with Bianca, maybe in the park or somewhere, we'll just be the two of us looking awkward like, what are you speaking? But there are a lot of languages, even French. Okay, this is a French-speaking country, French and English. So there are also people who speak French. But the cultural people like the Indians, the Philippines, Malaysia, it's so nice. If you find Nigerians speaking their languages, it's nice. So I think I'll sum up. Oh, another thing that I want to talk about is prank callers. I always get prank callers here. People call me and want to steal from me. But in Kenya, we also have the same people. In Kenya, we always believe they are already in prison. Some of them are not in prison, but most of them, like, they send you text, send money to this number. They're also here. They call you and start telling you the tax people on this, or you have received a package. So the scammers and the prank callers are also here, just in case you didn't know. Yes, I think I'm done. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Yes, and follow me on Instagram. It's fun there on Instagram. It is also fun here. Subscribe to my channel, follow me, and let's see each other on next YouTube video. Mwah.